I'm not gonna lie. What makes it really hard for me, because I definitely come from a time where if you say some shit, it's expected, like, you on that timing. Like I'm not being when I first started my career, right? Social media was just starting to boom, right? Remember, this is MySpace, all of that. So I remember having Twitter in like 2000, like probably 2008 or 9. It had to be early. At that time, Jaleesa worked all of my social medias because I wouldn't go on social media like, no lie, Screwface, like I was way too much of a crip. I'm like, man, I'm not finna be socializing with all these old square ass people. You know what I mean? That was my mentality. So Jaleesa would always work. Jaleesa Scales, Jaleesa still does marketing. Shout out to Jaleesa. But she would work my Facebook, my Twitter. Even when I got Instagram, she always knew what the next social media was, so she dealt with it. And no lie, because I wouldn't even use emojis for the first 5 years of my rap. Like, feel me? If I'm texting people, because I won't even hit them with no emoji. Like, I just felt like that was not, you know what I mean? Like, that was not G enough. And even some of my older homies, like they're just getting used to emojis. Like some of my G homies, like my homie Rich, he a G in Grape Street. Rich is probably 60 something now. But Rich got a young daughter, Big Rich got a young daughter. His young daughter is probably about 6 now. So watching her grow up, he sends pictures in the group chat, in the drag, in my street race group chat. And, you'll put a heart. I could tell at one time he didn't know how to react to it. Because, it's a lot for somebody from the streets to see hearts and shit getting thrown around. But I say that to say, we in a space now where, all 3 of us are on Twitter. But the shit people say to us and the shit people say, I'll be just thinking to myself, like, I don't think you understand what I would do to you. Not like, and people feel like that type of talking is tough, but it's not. Like when you come from, I grew up in Compton and watched my whole life. Like that is like not tough. If somebody insults you or disrespects you and calls you out your name, it's kind of expected that you punch them in the face. It's not tough if you respond, with that type of force. So being in this space now with 2027 on Twitter, you know what I mean? And, right now people are upset. I feel like all 3 of us met at a time when it was still personal. You had to meet a motherfucker to know what it was. So watching the shit people say, and at this point it's gotten out of hand, right? Because none of us has talked about this letter. None of us talked about this letter, but we all got this letter that the OVO docket was.
Got it. So we talked on the phone about it.
What was your mind, Screw? Like, what were you?
Well, I guess initially, I saw Justin talk about it, and I didn't even know I had it. So I was just talking to Justin on some, just looking through and stuff. Then I was like, I'm surprised I didn't get one. Let me check. And then I checked it was in my spam shit, because even my email was like, if you don't get this shit, I
ain't fake ass shit.
So it was in my spam shit. So I checked it and I cracked up so hard because I was like, oh shit, I got one too. So it was just like in real time when I was on the phone and I realized I got it. And we were just going back and forth looking at it and cracking up over stuff and like hilarious stuff that's in there. My initial thing I even said was I wasn't even gonna give any attention or even like speak about it, because I feel like that's kind of a part of the play. Like I feel like that's kind of, not if you ask me, because otherwise it's so ridiculous. I don't believe that even the person would believe that this has any merit.
So obviously none of us talked about it publicly. The only reason we're having this conversation now is because I was like, oh, this is cool. I got brothers in the, this was, it's more a bunch of people that I fuck with that got it. So now it becomes like this rejoice. Because in my mind, I'm like, man, I'm not finna talk about this lame ass shit. Fuck y'all. Feel me? So, but once I realized Justin got it and you got it, I thought to myself, like, I thought that would be cool to where you're that villain in somebody's life.
Yeah.
Like there was shit that happened. I didn't even talk about it. Like with the Aiden Ross shit, it was people sending plumbers to my crib, plumbers to my property. Feel me? Like shit that I rent, pizzas, all kind of shit. And I'm laughing. There's people DMing me, talking shit. And I'm thinking to myself, like, the type of shit I have here. Sometimes I be thinking, like, it's their first time, right? Screw is like, they never quite put it together. Because in their mind, they think all rappers are the same. Or they think that somewhere along the line, I don't think they know I'm serious. I think in their mind, like, you know, hey, it's a rapper. It's like, no, I usually see the shit you say. I blow up your picture so I can make sure if I ever see you, I'm going to punch you. And I think all of my rapper peers know that about me. Like, they all know that I am that kind of person where I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to let you just say that. So I don't know if I'm immature, Justin, or what's going on with me, but I just don't be letting shit go.
I mean, it's an interesting environment, right? Because what do they call it? Parasocial relationships are at an all-time high, right? And clearly, this Shakespearean shakedown of the past 2 years now has had a psychological impact that I'm not sure any of us could have predicted going into just what seemed like a rap battle. It was a big rap battle, but you get into the super fan environment, and now you see so many people have parasocial relationships with Drake or Kendrick or J. Cole or us and are letting out their frustrations. Because the thing I found interesting with the OVO Docket, when I got that email, I'm not sure I ever interacted with the account.
Me neither.
I can't even remember. I went and searched for it, and there was only someone tagged me on one of their posts. So, and I don't have a history of going back and deleting tweets or anything like that, not in a major way. So I had no idea that this dude felt so negatively about me. I was like, wow. I thought OVO Docket was one of the most innocuous ones over the time. Like, they basically just post legal filings that's happened around the case and maybe some other things. You know what I mean? But like, I don't follow the account. I didn't even know. And then I went to go look at it, and I was blocked. I was like, I didn't even know I was blocked. You know, so the whole thing, I think, speaks to, you know, how many people this battle greatly impacted. Not just the people, the artists themselves. You know, there's decades worth of fans of these artists who see themselves in the successes and the challenges of J. Cole and Kendrick and Drake, and, you know, people who have contrary opinions on their artists or contrary opinions on the actions of their artists fall into the crosshairs. Because I'm not sure if you're gonna put this letter on the screen or not, but
I have to.
But like, you know, the reach this email is from Jump Street lets me know that, oh, okay, there's something deeper going on here than whatever they're trying to do with this lawsuit.